Hello everyone, I'm going to do a video discussion here on all these artifacts here before I put them away. Um, Probably one of the last videos I do on this group here, and then there's more. There's group after group after group of these. There's 9,000 pounds that I've dug up, okay? So we're going to go through these. These are all ones that were found since, most of these were all found since Christmas Eve. A few of these weren't, this one wasn't. Let's see what else. This one wasn't. And that one. But all these came off of that, basically the one property, where there's thousands of tons of these. Well, I would say not thousands of tons at this one property. I would say there's several tons there. Okay, there's several tons of amazing artifacts. I don't know what this material is. We're going to start in this corner. It's just some crazy, what is this? Some sort of crazy material, because like I said, there's crazy materials in other videos I talked about. And it's like this. This is like epoxy type material. Ancient epoxy cements. Okay. That's one there. That one was washed. This one wasn't washed. So I'm keeping it, try to keep it clean. And I believe this is like an elephant trunk. You see the trunk here, the elephant trunk? And it's a spearhead with a face on this side of this alien reptilian. Okay. It's the way I believe it was made to be made. It's like an elephant trunk. So let's go back over here. I got to walk down this edge. So this is just a crystal one. Thin crystal. This is one with a tail. Okay, spear points. Here's a spear point here. It's one of the larger ones that they did. Here's a larger spear point here. This is out of the sparkly pyrite ones that they have. There's a ton of those I have. Just a really big spearhead or some sort of alligator one, and this is the same shape as the lakes in the 1930 area in New Jersey. Here's another one. This is a crystal spearhead, but this is so old that the crystal has turned color, and this is a face on this edge, and there's a face on that edge. They did their faces on the edge, like this stone here. This is a giant spearhead, extremely sharp, all the edges, and has a beautiful piece of crystal for an eye. So basically they worked this stone around the piece of crystal in the crystal stone, because this is crystal stone. So they worked their stone. Look at the straight lines. Look at this. Look at the straight line here. This is advanced technology back in the day and how they split this stone like this, right? This is advanced technologies of stone cutting back in the day. Here's one of the giant spearheads. Here's one of the pudding stone ones. See? This is a big spearhead, and it's got a little face on it too. That's what they did. There's another big one there. Just gotta be careful. There's a lot of them here. Here's a hatchet head. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful little hatchet head. Look how sharp that is. Be careful with these. Here's another one of those pyrite ones. This is a face one. Truly beautiful. That's the nose, a long nose. Beautiful, beautiful artifacts. I mean, this is one of the classic, amazing giant spearhead here. Look at this out of this flint material. That one's not crystal. Here's a crystal one. This one's out of that pudding stone material. Big flat. It's just like the last one I just showed you. Here's another one here. Big point. Big spear point. Little face on there. I got them all pointing in. Right, here's another spear point here with a sharp edge there. These are cavemen spear points, okay? Here's a really small one. Very, wow, precisely made. I gotta be very careful with that. I can't believe that one there actually survived where I found it. This is a beautiful one. It's another one I like. This is like pre-Clovis, okay? This might have been from the early Maya that transitioned into Clovis to American Indians. It's another bird one. There's just so many amazing artifacts. And all these are, if anybody wants to purchase any, they're all available. And at a low price, not like what you see, like these prehistoric caveman artifacts online. They're like $5,000 for one. I mean, it's just crazy. 10 grand for some of these. 3 of these spearheads would be like $1,500. The small ones. This is a piece of like granite stuff. How did they cut that? How did they cut this, right? Can't cut this with a bone tool. This is one of their tools, actually, for shaping stones. Look at all the ding marks. Perfectly round, really hard type stone that we'd use for working your stones, too. Whatever they were doing. So that was in with these artifacts. So there's a lot here. Look at it, even the little tiny spearheads. Look how small that is. A wingtail, right? This one's beautiful. This big piece of crystal. It's like a blue crystal, blue-gray crystal. And the spear point. And here's another one, same material. This one here, it's a monkey face, right? Little one. You know, the giants, their kids had to have spearheads too. You know, these are all amazing little spearheads. Every one of them, these are cut out of all different types of stone, and each one is different, right? Every one is different. Here's like a slate one, right? Look at that. These are all ancient. Some of these are really old. And what I believe they did was, you know, the giants had really big stuff, and then the people that continued to evolve, smaller and smaller, they kept using the bigger stones that were originally brought by the giants that cut them all out of the ground. The giants did all the work, and then all the people after that, all the evolving civilizations. This one's crystal. This is all crystal. And it's the red face. So you got red hair, red yellow hair, face. The red hair giants. Because there's other stones like that. Here's a beautiful spear point. These are all crystal. They all have crystal in them. And they're very spiritual. I believe they're very spiritual. I was never a spiritual person until I found these artifacts. Because they're all crystal. Most of them have crystal in them. Look at this. Look at this little guy. This is like a spear point. See? And it also sends up a little figure. Pretty wild. Look at that. Okay? I could let that one go for $100. It's a pretty rare. There are not many like this. And that's a good price. Very good price. Different ones here. It shows you that. There's a crystal one, little piece one. Another like spear point. Here's this. This is like that material. This is this ancient cements. This is like an epoxy cement. And they made these little spearheads and stuff. Because I have other ones. And I was wondering, why are they making all these different figures, you know? Like little guys out of cement and faces and stuff. Because it's almost the same stuff. They were very advanced. And then we have like this one here. This is a steel spearhead. I'll discuss this one too. Pretty amazing. It was found in with this cache of artifacts. And then we also have a bunch of pieces of bone here that are in these plastic bags. Staying, you know, one's really, really old there, that one there, and then there's another one there. And then there's a piece of this one here. This is that piece of horn. You know, I need these tested. I've got artifacts that have been in my refrigerator since January, since last year. More artifacts and bones like this. All kinds of artifacts in my refrigerator since last year because I need them tested. And what they did was Rutgers University in New Brunswick, they knew about my discovery. Way before they closed down the labs. They closed down the labs at Rutgers University in New Brunswick. Knowing of my discovery that I needed like artifacts like this, the ivories that I have, the carved ivory pieces, and they shut down the labs. And then we have like these ancient, this is an ancient freshwater mussel shell. I mean, look how old this is. This is ancient. Look at that, right? It was found in with the artifacts, another stash, different area. And then we have like ones like this. This is a pyramid stone. You know, they made a pyramid on this beautiful crystal head. These are all real artifacts. I need testing done. And then what we need to do is we need to have the ancient burial ground where these are coming off of the edge of, protected. Because I have the text messages from the property owners that they're going to be bulldozing the property. And even though that there's ancient indigenous burials that are protected under federal law, because it seems that in New Jersey, in Roxbury here, federal laws don't apply. Your constitutional rights are destroyed. You know, the Roxbury Township Police Department persecuted me on March 3rd. Because I have videos inside of a tunnel system with bodies and treasures. And when I called up the coroner's office, the police department came in an ambulance to take me to the fucking hospital. And now I have a $5,000 bill. And they had to let me go from the hospital because the doctor saw the videos and everything. And like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. He's working on the discovery. Because the discovery has to do with Underground Railroad tunnel systems that are undocumented. Well, they did over 5,000 to 10,000 people, I believe. And they moved them all to Canada, up to Ontario. That's where they had their other operation. And then Mr. Massey Ferguson with his tractor company in 1847. And he was taking in all the people, all the slaves that were coming north from the Underground Railroad. He gave them all jobs in his tractor company. And then they put, in 1847, he started putting solid gold emblems on his tractors. Because Mr. Massey Ferguson was involved. He was a good man. He was against slavery and he was helping them. Thanks for watching.